Hey everybody, this is your old pal Chuck, and I am excited to bring to you from the Marvel Universe line. This is Baron Zemo, and I have to say, I was a little disappointed by this figure, but I kind of knew going in what to expect. This is a retool, slight repaint of the San Diego Comic-Con 2012 Baron Zemo that was part of the Masters of Evil box set. Basically, what's different is it looks like from the legs and maybe some parts in the upper arm are a different fit are different. Instead of having furry cuffs, he has what are repainted Captain America boots. In fact, this entire figure you can say is a repaint of Captain America because it uses that new super articulated male body mold with the added articulation of wrist pivots, which I do believe this is one of the first, if not the only figure thus far in the Marvel Universe line to use the wrist articulation. Right off the bat, want to note this is about as far as his hands can go down. There is also a slight lean to the figure. Unfortunately, He was in a dynamic pose in package, and that ultimately leads to the plastic warping because the plastic used for Marvel Universe figures is a much cheaper quality than other 3 3/4 inch action figures that Hasbro makes, like G.I. Joe. For articulation, since it is that super male body joint, ball and socket shoulders, bicep swivel, single jointed elbows, wrist swivel, as well as a in and out uh, wrist pivot that's on both arms. His head is on the ball and swivel joint, which means it can look up quite a bit. You just have to finagle the joint. I actually had to take the head off and pop the joint to get it to look. But this is great. This is usually used on figures who can fly, but frankly, I think it's great. This little furry collar piece is a separate attachment. Um, the belt, which I do believe is glued in or whatever, is actually somewhat lopsided. That's kind of annoying. He does have waist and chest rotation as well as an ab crunch forward and back. Ball jointed hips that allow the legs to go out. Calf and thigh swivel. Double jointed knees. Forward and back. Ankle articulation and ankle rockers. Let's take a look at the accessories Baron Zemo comes with. Much like the San Diego Comic-Con figure, Baron Zemo comes with a sword and a handgun, neither of which this figure can hold, neither of which the San Diego Comic-Con figure can hold. And what really annoys me is if you take a look at the back of the packaging, which I'm going to show you right now, you can see right there where my finger is that he is let me clean this up a bit for you because this is something rather important. There is a trigger guard molded onto the pistol that if it was there and there was something for that finger to loop through, because he does have independent trigger fingers, he would have been able to hold the gun. The sword is a lost cause. You could even see it in the hand. It's just basically sitting there. The marvels of Photoshop. So yeah, I would just leave these in the package because you're going to lose them because they just won't stay in his hand. Baron Zemo is a nice looking figure, and for most adult collectors, that's good enough. For me, that's not. I'd like to have a figure that can hold and interact with the accessories he comes with. Baron Zemo cannot do that. Thankfully, I was very lucky that due to the dynamic pose he was posed in, his joints weren't completely warped. I've had that happen before, making not most, but most of the Marvel Universe figures I own utterly useless. I cannot recommend this figure if you own the San Diego Comic Con set. because basically it's the same figure with just a different pair of boots and maybe a little different paint. Mine is a mitten sealed box, so I don't know. And like that figure, he can't hold his weapon, so this isn't any better. If you do not own a Baron Zemo figure and would like one to go up with your 3 3/4 inch Captain America, then yes, pick this figure up because frankly, this is one of the few straight Captain America villains we will get in the Marvel Universe line. There was a Red Skull that was a San Diego Comic Con exclusive, and there's a Red Skull in the Captain America movie line, and that figure's being reused in the Avengers Assemble line, but it's not the traditional Red Skull because Marvel and Hasbro have a problem using the term Nazis. It's all, Hydra this and Hydra that. So, also, I was thinking about it. There were actually two Baron Zemos, the father and son. So, if you have both of these figures, one can be the father, one can be the son. If you want to go that route. So, yeah, it's your old pal Chuck. I hope this review was helpful in terms of advising you what to do with this figure. And remember, nice looking figures don't always make nice looking toys. Don't just buy something because it's nice. Buy it because it's functional. We'll see you next time.